Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. This beautiful specimen right here, yes, this one, this beautiful specimen is known as Michael Nelson, who is going to be the subject matter of today's epic live stream. I'm so excited. For any of the VOD watchers, I will be including timestamps in the description below. I'm probably going to be making in the... I'm very good at speaking, apparently. I'm probably going to turn this into a video at some point, so be on the lookout for that. I'm going to make an edited version of this if I'm not lazy. But with that being said, this is going to be the short but sweet, just chatting segment while I wait for people to join. And hello, Femyoz, and congratulations on being the first person in chat. Hello, Aster the Star. Hello, Mommy Rumiru. Hello, Moldy Urinal, incredible name. Hello, Tipster. It's good to see you all here. Good to see you all here. Which is like the opposite of bad. So, you know. Take that for what you will. I did it forced in chat. You better believe you did. Actually, you know, if you really think about it, the first person in chat is me. Femyoz. Yes, the great Femyoz saying, donate here. https://streamlabs.com/Femyoz, which you should totally click on in order to donate money to me. You know, if you donated your, say, for instance, hypothetically, your entire life savings to me, you know, that would be, you know, pretty epic. That would be really good. You know, I mean, you could donate it to charity or save it or invest it or do a whole number of things. But the best thing you could do is spending it on me. Because you better believe that I'm going to be making some terrible financial decisions with your money. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I'm actually going to be using it for facial feminization surgery. Now, how much is that going to cost? I'm not sure yet. I don't know how much insurance is going to cover. I'm still looking at different surgeons. So, I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be like 20,000. I think. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it depends. Obviously, I'm going to want as good of a surgeon as possible. So I got to save as much as I possibly can because I don't want to be botched. Okay, I've seen what botched individuals look like and it's not fun. It's not pleasant. Hello, KK. Hello, Cheetah Man. Hello, Kimmy C. It's like 10K for a good surgery or just for surgery? Because I need the best of the best. Okay, maybe not literally the best of the best, but like as good as you can get without it being, you know, absolutely ridiculous, you know, because I am absolutely terrified of being botched. I don't want to become a hideous monster. That's the worst possible case scenario. Hello, Lewis Black, saying, life savings, I'm barely clinging to life, let alone savings. Donate all of your bank account. And if you have no money in your bank account, go into debt in order to donate to the Femyoz YouTube channel, the far more important cause than staying alive, of course. As we all know. You look like George Washington. True, the resemblance is uncanny. We look practically identical, even. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would think that I literally am George Washington. You know, it was terrifying. The first time I saw George Washington depicted in school when I learned about him. You know, I went to the teacher and I'm like, why is there a picture of me? Why did they put a picture of me in the fucking history book? What are you doing? I didn't give you permission to put pictures of me in the history book, but alas, allegedly it's not the same person as me. Now, as shocking as that may be, I'm not George Washington. George Smashington? Hell yeah. The most fuckable iteration of George Washington, if you will. Anyways. Yes, I am, in fact, George Washing Machine. Did I just entered a LGBTQ live stream? You better believe you did, and there's literally nothing you can do. Nothing you can do to stop me. That's right. You look more like Bill Clinton. I'm actually an amalgamation of Bill Clinton mixed with George Washington. You see, people think that it was Donald Trump and Bill Clinton that had sex. But before that, there was Bill Clinton and George Washington's dead body. And as we all know, we do live in the Omegaverse. And basically what happened is, they had their fun, and then Bill Clinton got MPreg. Now, as a result of Bill Clinton getting MPreg from having sex with George Washington, he had me, his offspring. Yay! Isn't that so awesome? I'm the direct result of MPreg. I spawned from the Omegaverse. That's right. You look like Benjamin Franklin. Ah, yes, my favorite US president of all time, Benjamin Franklin. There was actually one, I think it was a college assignment I did. I didn't take it very seriously. And it was one of those things where I technically met all the requirements, but, I made up some shit along the way and talked about how, I was inspired by German philosopher Benjamin Franklin. And then I Google translated some dumb shit to German and made up some quotes. I got 100 on the assignment. I don't know how, other than I guess I technically met all the requirements. So that's a thing that I did. And anyways, but yeah, I guess today we learned that Benjamin Franklin is my favorite German philosopher. You could be one of Trump's grandkids. Great-grandkids, I think, would be a little bit more accurate, if we're going to be, totally honest. I skipped class to watch your stream. They're so funny. Absolutely. You're going to learn way more from my streams than you would ever learn from class. You're going to learn all of the amazing stuff that German philosopher Benjamin Franklin wants us to know. Okay? Can you stop the nonsense and just get on your knees? What makes you think I'm not on my knees? You don't see what the lower half looks like. What if I don't have knees? What if I'm a quadriplegic? Have you ever considered that? I'm actually a quadriplegic and I have no knees. Yeah. Wait, you're a doll, T. I don't know if I'd go as far as to call myself a doll. I'm a little bit too AGP for that, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, quadriplegics have knees. Isn't that where you have, no arms and legs, though? You could be a butterface. No, I'm not. My body is just as bad as my face. Don't you worry. They are equally subpar, I'll have you find. That's right. Anyways, it's full body paralysis. Okay, wait. What is it then when you are missing all of your limbs? What is that called if that's not quadriplegic? I hear a diaper crinkling. You must also hear some voices inside of your head, I must say. Who are you? I thought God just made only one of my kind. I am Barbara Herman III, daughter of Bill Clinton, Bill Cosby, and Donald Trump, and George Washington, a byproduct of the Omegaverse as a result of Bill Clinton getting MPreg. Anyways, nice meeting you too, Pizza 67. Whatever happened to Pizza 66 and Pizza 68 and Pizza 64? I just like her face except voice. Ah, yes, the one characteristic holding back my face. My voice, of course, the worst part of my face, as we all know. Anyways, I want to make babies with you. Yeah, well, maybe I can get MPreg as well, or maybe you'll get MPreg. Or maybe you're the Omega in the Omegaverse. You need counseling. If you think that counseling is enough to fix me, you are sadly mistaken, my friend. Can I fuck you? I don't know. Can you? Is this Trumpster Bob's gay lover? You better believe I am. I had so much gay sex with Trumpster Bob. My favorite specimen. Anyways, I love supporting pregnant creators. Me too. Make a food baby and name it George Jr. Your eyes are pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. But what if I don't have eyes? What if these are fake? Aren't there people that have, no eyes, that have, fake eyeballs that they put in? Except I don't think they can blink. Or can they? I actually don't know. Do you have extra teeth? No, I have the normal amount. Probably, I'll bet. Yeah, I think I have the normal amount. I think. Maybe. Probably. You know? Of course. I mean, how could I not? Can I see your penis? Really good question. Thank you for asking. Anyways, where was I? Oh, right. We were doing some schizo shit, I guess. Why is the average view duration on this so low? When was your last orgasm? 5 seconds ago. I just came in my pants. I'll have you find. That's right. Anyways, guys. You mean amputee? Yeah, but like, isn't there like a specific word for if you're like, you know, an amputee where all of your limbs are missing? Like a quad amputee? I want to do you Meghan Trainor style. I'm basically like if Meghan Trainor had Down syndrome and was retarded. That's right. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if Meghan Trainor, instead of being, you know, a successful, famous person that's normal, was instead an extremely autistic, fucking retarded loser? Well, here you go. That's right. I do low-key see it, actually. But yeah, so I am, in fact, Meghan Trainor's retarded, dysgenic cousin. That's right. Anyways, I bet your full bush is amazing. Boy, do I have some bad news for you. I'd be shaving that shit. Autistic people are unbearable. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. I don't know what to do. Do I just stop having autism? I don't know what to do in this situation. You know, you look like baby Trump. Well, that's terrifying. I certainly hope I don't age like him, because holy shit, he ages like fucking milk. You look like Barron Trump. What does Barron Trump look like again? I genuinely forgot. Let's take a look, okay? Let's go to Google Images right now. Barron Trump. Okay, let's see. What does he look like? Let's see here. Practically identical, even. Yeah, we look exactly the same. You know, same hair, same forehead, same ears, same nose, same mouth, you know, same everything, same cheekbones. I mean, I can't even tell the difference, really, if you think about it. You know, maybe in terms of like the, you know, autism levels, he does look very autistic. Like, this is not a neurotypical individual. Not only does he slick his hair back like he's Draco Malfoy, you know, not only is he Draco Malfoy maxing, but, god damn, that is an awkward fucking position. Jesus Christ. He also has giant monkey ears for some reason. His face is horrifically asymmetrical. My face is not that asymmetrical, is it? You look like him, bro? Look, I can't tell if you're being serious or not. In what world do we look the same? Let's see here. Yeah, no. His chin to filtrum ratio is different from mine. His top lip is larger than his bottom lip for some reason. His facial thirds are different from mine. His lower third is somewhat similar to mine in terms of its shape. He actually kind of cheekbone mogs me. He has better cheekbones than me, I can't lie. But yeah, I mean, no. Let's see. Is it the nose? Is it because he has like a big old Jew nose? Is that why? Big old Jew nose. I have a big Jew nose. That's right. It helps me smell the shekels nearby. I live in the sewers, looking for shekels. My name is Goldberg Sheckelstein. You can tell because of my massive schnoz. It helps me smell. Anyways, your nose is giant. It is giant. I have the greatest nose of them all. Grander than anybody else's. I can smell the moon with my nose. Anyways, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, chat, I just noticed something, okay? Alright, very, very important, okay? We're currently streaming in front of 147... Or sorry, no, just 140. I don't know where I got the extra 7 from. We're currently streaming in front of 140 of our closest friends and family. We only have 37 likes, chat. Can we fix that? Double tap the smash like. That's right. Let's get to 100 likes at least. I'm 144 likes. I mean, we have 144 viewers. I don't see why we couldn't get that. That is right, everybody. Double tap the smash like. It's free. It's easy. There's no logical reason to not do it. It boosts me in the algorithm. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, I want to be successful. Anyways, do the mommy voice. Hello, my name is Mommy, and today I am here to perform cock and ball torture onto your penis. That is right, everybody. Mommy will perform lots of cock and ball torture. I will step on your penile shaft skin. Hope that helps. Anyways, are you... Oh, I'm on Adderall. How did you know? Was it my Adderall stare? Was it my Adderall stare that gave it away? Was it the fact that I sound like I'm fucking retarded? Oh wait, I always sound retarded. What is it? Quad-UT. I see. So when you're missing all 4 of your limbs, you're a quad-UT. Lay off the T, lady. No, I will never lay off the T. I am testosterone maxing. I am on my looks maxing arc. I am going to become an alpha male. I will ascend to Chad Light. Anyways, looking more and more like a lady? Yes. And the reason for this is because I continually and progressively get more and more hysterical, like a real woman. You know, if I wasn't, you know, all hysterical and crazy, then what kind of a woman would I be? A very manly one at that. Women can't be rational. Anyways, guys, this is scary. You should be scared. But yeah, anyways, I'm on my fentanyl arc, okay? We're fentanyl maxing, chat. We're fentanyl maxing. Hi, Megan, it's Megan Trainer. Truth nuke. You gonna share that Adderall? Never. Yeah, just a little fent. A little fent can't hurt anybody, you know? I'm just saying. It's just a little bit of fent. We're just, you know, fentanyl maxing a little bit. You know? You're running your viewers away. Oh no, that is so sad. I cannot believe that this is happening. What will I do? I have no idea. Is your pretend uterus bleeding today? Yes! Yes, Billie Eyelash. It is. My axe wound is bleeding right now. Thank you, Top Strongman, for the $2.16 saying, hi, I want to shove my face deep inside your sweaty hole. Lick you hard. I am hard AF. Thank you for sharing, Top Strongman. Your contribution of $2.16 US is very much appreciated, my friend. You can't sound like man? Yes, I can. Anyways, guys, WTF is going on? Rape. That's right, this is a rape stream. Chat, we're on our rape maxing arc. One in chat if you love rape. Okay, this is a pro-rape YouTube channel. That is right, everybody. We love rape. W-rape. Can we get some W-rape in chat? Hell yeah, dude. Yes, that's right. Honestly, I feel like you're a woman. That's right. You can tell because I am hysterical and have zero rational thoughts. Anyways, guys, take your meds. I'm scared. Good. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. Now, this is the part where I wait for the, you know, the chatter who said that to reveal more information. Anyways, guys, I mean, who doesn't like some CNC, lol? LMFAO even. Please don't joke about rape. Alright, guys, don't joke about serious topics. People might get offended. You're not allowed to do that. Only joke about things that are socially acceptable to joke about. No edgy humor allowed. No walking the line. You're not allowed to walk the fence. You must be politically correct at all times. What is your PC specs? I have, hold on. Let me go look. Hold on. Let's see. I have a AMD FX 8350 4.0 gigahertz 8-core OEM tray processor. That's right. My mouse that I use is a Rapoo 200. I totally didn't just look up worst PC specs possible for the least funny bit imaginable. It was probably funny to one person that knows what the fuck any of that means, and nobody else. Alright? Anyways. Reported? Yeah, I've had people fake report shit all the time, okay? I've had large YouTubers incite their audiences to, like, you know, mass report me, and guess what? My channel is stronger than ever! Why? Because guess what happened? My channel actually got demonetized for a year, but you want to know what happened after that? YouTube realized it was bullshit and that my channel gets targeted because I rage bait people. And guess what they did? They restored my monetization because they realized that they dung goofed. They doofed it up. And now YouTube loves me. And guess what? I've had, you know, people after that, including YouTubers, you know, try to mass report my shit. It's done nothing. Hasn't even gotten any videos that they're featured and demonetized. You know, I have a YouTuber that I make fun of, you know, on a live stream telling their audience to fucking false flag my shit. Guess what happens? The green dollar sign remains. You can't stop me. I'm an unstoppable force of nature. I'm just saying. Anyways. Wow. You sound really mean, truly. I am quite evil, actually. Excellent wig selection. Very nice. Thank you. Anyways. You are not a femboy? No, not anymore. I used to be. I used to call myself that. YouTube is very corrupt. They will use what makes the money. Okay, that is true. YouTube is corrupt. YouTube will, like, you know, they do play favorites. I just so happen to be the favorite for some reason. YouTube used to hate me. YouTube used to hate me, but I think that their AI has gotten better, in all honesty. It's not perfect by any means, but, like, you know, if anything, I've gotten edgier over time, not less edgy. And YouTube likes my channel more now than it did, you know, a couple of years ago. So it's kind of actually, yeah, no. Yeah, a couple of years ago, it would have been, I think. But yeah, YouTube fucks with me, hardcore. Also, thank you, Top Strong Man, for the additional $1 saying, I need your butt on my face bad. Do you have Instagram? I'm gonna DM you there, so, I can pay. Yeah, so, my Instagram, you see, alright, my Instagram, let me find my Instagram account, okay? Let's see here, give me 1 second, okay, guys? I need to find it. Alright, my Instagram is actually, Liam Donovan Music, okay? This right here is actually my Instagram. Right here. You see this? This is me. Make sure to, you know, DM them lots of horny messages. Because that is definitely my account, actually. That's right. Anyways, guys, show us your lady dick. Yeah, on live stream, of course. Look, YouTube does like me, you know, when it comes to monetization now. Because they initially fucked up, and then they realized, like, oh, this channel didn't actually do anything wrong, and now it's like, yeah, we We now know that. But, yeah, anyways. Do it for the vine. Aw, yeah. If you were a bird, would you be a dove or a swallow? What? Anyways. Pale skin and hair. True. Very true. Are you binary or non-binary? Yes, the two genders. If you think about it, you actually created a binary. I'm actually, neither binary nor non-binary, okay? It's Schrodinger's binary, if you actually think about it. W rape, true. Truth nuke. We love rape. You are fucking scary. Yo, true. Show us your lady dick. I'll be sure to do that. When I was your age, I was addicted to men. Yeah, me too. And then I became addicted to meth. Scary is hot though. Yo, true. You honestly seem cool. Sorry for being mean. You just make it fun, I guess. I try to make everything fun. Okay, everything needs to be fun. Made you read. Well, that's no good. You made me read. Oh no. Now I might have to become literate. Anyways. With that being said, without further ado, okay? Anyways. We're gonna start another segment, okay? We're gonna start a segment. I'm actually gonna make this into a video. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Today, we're gonna be talking about a very beautiful specimen known as Michael Nelson. He recently did a live stream called Transgender and Uglyism. Now, that's a new word. I haven't seen that before. So, let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. Now, right off the bat, you can tell that these... Oh my god, I can't even speak. Is my hair good? Can we start this segment now, or do I need to, like, keep adjusting things? This is awful. I suck at this. Now, right off the bat, you can tell that this is the exact type of person that you would want to explain to you what's ugly and attractive.
Okay, folks, so here we go. We're going to do this.
We're going to do this.
This is going to be a tutorial for transgenders.
Oh boy, I'm so excited.
Yep, the tutorial. Okay, number one. Let me say something.
All right.
Transgender to me is defined as somebody who wants to change their sexuality.
Well, this is news to me. At no point have I ever had the desire to stop being attracted to women. I guess I'm not transgender.
They want to change their sexuality. If they were born with a penis, they want to have a vagina and...
Yeah, that's exactly what changing your sexuality means. Yes, of course.
And I'm going to talk about some things. Now, from a biblical basis, the Bible does not support transgender.
The Bible also doesn't support mixing fabrics. What the Bible does support, however, is slavery, as well as forcing rape victims to marry their rapists, which is a real thing in the Bible, by the way. If you don't believe me, you can just Google Deuteronomy 22, 28, 29.
Doesn't. There's actually nothing in there that talks about changing your sex.
Trans people don't change their sex.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun, and that's true. And people ask me all the time, why do I dress the way I dress?
Because you're hold on, wait. I'm actually, for a video, here's what I intend on doing. Here, wait. I'm gonna make this into a video.
True. And people ask me all the time, why do I dress the way I dress?
Well, you're obviously a fan of subverting expectations. Yes.
I'm just different.
Yeah, we know.
I know a lot of people have a problem with the way I dress.
Gee golly, I can't possibly imagine why. You know, myself included. But not because you're cross-dressing. The problem I have is that we can see your disgusting, vile, vomit-inducing stomach flaps.
Get that? But I don't go all the way. I like to wear women's tops. You know, I live alone. I live in a culture that's kind of, it's just not my cup of tea. I go to work, I come home, and I get bored. You know, sometimes I just like to try things.
I get bored, so I decide to go home and indulge in my sissy fetish, of course.
Experiment, so to speak. Forgive me, I gotta blow my nose.
Oh,
Got some allergies this morning.
He must be allergic to autogynephilia. What a wonderful way to start off the stream.
Cold and it's hot, and we got air quality issues, and I work with a lot of dust at work and stuff, and yeah. So I'm going to talk about some things because this is wild.
Wild.
Transgender and uglyism. And I'm going to define that out. Okay?
Oh, this ought to be good.
Transgender and uglyism is a real dynamic.
Oh, great.
But if you're going to be trans, if you're going to do that, there's a couple things you have to keep in mind.
Oh, and what are those things? Put that shit back on. Put your shirt back on. What are you doing? Nobody wants to see that.
Want to be perceived as a woman, the one thing you got to do is shave all that hair, right?
No, really. You know, in case you're one of the 2 people on the face of the earth that think that they look like women while having full beards. like, hold on. We got to replay that.
If you want to be perceived as a woman, the one thing you got to do is shave all that hair.
Of course. This is directed at the 2 people on the face of the earth that think that they look like women with full beards. Yeah, this is specifically directed at Bo Blacks. Also, thank you, Tubian, for the $5. You beautiful fucking bastard, saying, don't make fun of terrible things. Definitely don't call Charlie Kirk's widow Erica Napkin. Just don't. Yes, don't do that. It would be horrible. My cat's trying to get out, by the way. Speaking of horrible things. I'm sorry, please. Sorry, you've been locked in here. I'm sorry. Guys. This is my fit. Yeah, I know it's goofy. I don't care. It's comfy as hell. Anyways, let's continue. Where were we?
Right? And people don't do that. They don't do that. I'm gonna show you a picture of a guy that one of my moderators sent it to me yesterday. This is Nivea Skin Cream. This is good stuff.
Oh, and great stuff, even.
Guy's called Kentucky House Husband. I don't know him. And it's really cringeworthy.
As opposed to you, the pinnacle of not being cringe.
You know, because we're all YouTube and we're all public, people are going to comment, and I'm going to comment because I'm...
Yeah, unless it's me, of course, in which case you will threaten to sue me for making fun of you on the internet. This is a real thing that happened in 2025, by the way. He actually threatened to sue me over me making fun of him in a live stream.
I'm going to weigh in on this because a lot of people ask me if I'm trans, and I'm not trans. I'm very honest. I'm a Christian man, and I've had some struggles over the years. Like,
now, you gotta love seeing him oil up midstream.
Any man, I struggle with lust. Women are beautiful, not all, but some, and they dress provocatively, and that causes...
He just struggles to rape women. Sorry, I misspoke. Let's try that again.
Women are beautiful, not all, but some, and they dress provocatively, and that causes lust. And
you know, he just struggles to not rape women when they dress provocatively.
It does remind me I'm a complete biological male, and I have a normal sex drive.
Yes, the normal sex drive that includes struggling to not rape women when they dress provocatively.
That's really awesome. And
yes, it's awesome that he has the urge to rape women.
For years, I've had things happen to me that, you know, I've been very honest that...
He's very honest as you could be.
If people are honest, that we have fetishes. Mm-hmm. Fetishes or strains that roll through us from time to time that are off the beaten path. You know, sometimes we talk about bi-curious, bisexual. We talk about gay or lesbian.
I mean, that's 3/4 of all of my favorite fetishes. LGBT. Yeah, that's right. Apparently those are fetishes
By
now.
the way, lots of women today are very, very open to lesbian and bi-curious or bisexual. That seems to be exploding across the world.
Speaking of things that explode, I just exploded in my pants because of you, Michael Nelson.
In the Muslim community, in the India community, in the Pakistani and Africa, it's all over the place. And it's really
Just like my cum after seeing your beautiful body being oiled up, Michael.
blown up in the US. And there are reasons for that. Right or wrong, there are reasons. You have, women are wired different than us. They can have one bad experience with a man and they'll just switcheroo and go over to the lesbian side. And I always
That's so true, considering all of the male-attracted lesbians that there are. There's just so many lesbians that start out being attracted to men.
find that interesting. Women say that they don't need a man and they're stronger than us, that they can do things better than us. They have a bad experience and many of them will automatically become lesbian.
That's exactly what being a female does to you. You just become lesbian. That's why all of the women on Twitter that say I hate men just so happen to be straight and very attracted to men.
Me, I've been through bad experience over and over and over and over. I've had an
You're just a perpetual victim.
abusive mother, but I am not going to become flaming gay.
Never.
I'm not going to be Elton John Rocket Man and Backdoor Cowboy and Brokeback Backdoor Cowboy or any of that.
Yeah, no, he would never be anything like that. He's as straight as it gets.
There is a gross factor to some things, even in my heart. The idea of some guy sticking his thingy up my butt.
Yeah, he just hates that idea. That's the last thing that he would do. He's not even thinking about it. He would never think about it. It's the last thing he would ever think of.
Or me sticking my thingy up a guy's butt is not appealing in the least.
Yeah, he does not find it appealing. He does not want to have gay sex, okay?
And for the purposes of this video, we're going to be instructional and educational.
Wow.
Your penis was not made to enter the butt
Really? Then why does the butt have a G-spot in it?
of a woman or a man. That is called a pooper. That is for waste only. It is an
But wait, what's the G-spot for?
exit, not an entrance. And I've noticed over
Well, why can't it be both?
the years that we get bored as people. Marriages are failing. We have a plethora of videos out there talking about the real dynamic, the relationships have become an absolute drag.
You mean your videos, where you complain about your ex-wife?
If you're a man and you get married to a fairly attractive woman and things don't work out, she's now entitled to your house, your bank account, your retirement. Then you got to pay her alimony. Then you got to pay a massive amount of child support, even though she might make good money. And the man's
Women, am I right?
getting raked over the coals, and he might as well just have his, a Loreno Bobbitt done to him and have his thing cut off, because that's basically what they're doing to men today. The court justice system
They're force-femming the men.
is extremely lopsided in favor of females, and it's
Yeah, but just ignore any other instances of actual systemic oppression, such as it disproportionately negatively affecting black people. Where black people who commit the same crimes as white people get harsher sentences. Yeah, that's you can look into that. That's a thing. But ignore that, I guess. Ignore actual systemic issues in favor of men have it so hard.
against us. That's a fact.
Yeah, true. The world is just against straight white men. It's so difficult for you.
And you do have bad men out there. I want to make that very clear. I think that I'm going to be very honest with what I say. I think a lot of men in America are jerks. They're very rude.
Yeah.
They don't know how to love a woman.
Yeah, it's really fucked up, having to deal with the jerk ops constantly.
It's so many men are just caught up in, vanity too. They think they're defined by their pickup truck. They're defined by making noise at intersections and drinking beer, and bragging about their guns and weapons. And I'm like,
Yeah, maybe that was the case, like, I don't know, 100 years ago when you were my age. But now, people, or men specifically, nowadays, men care more about looks-maxing. Because why would you spend all that time saving up for a pickup truck when you could use that time bone-smashing instead? Because once you have the halo effect, you can use the because then you can use the halo effect to become a 500 quadrillionaire.
You know, this is all shallow. And I have, over the years, had a tough time.
Gee golly, I wonder why. Also, thank you, Mac and Cheese, for the 5, saying I never dated a man before my first girlfriend. Raging lesbian. How can I have a bad experience and switch if it never existed? You must be a figment of my imagination then.
I recently have gained 2 guy friends that I can talk to about anything.
You mean boyfriends?
And bounce ideas off of them. And they're very great human beings. And it's rare to find them.
Yeah.
Wow. I go to work and I had to learn the hard way. Your coworkers are not your friends. That place to get a paycheck. And it's very freeing. I go there.
Well, that sounds like the opposite of freeing. What are we talking about?
None of these people are my friends. They never will be.
Right.
I tried to find girlfriends at work in the past. I tried to find good friends. It's a lose-lose situation.
Wait, what? How did you not get girlfriends? You're telling me that none of the women at the workplace wanted to, be with you? How could that possibly be?
And now at 59, I live alone in a town where I am definitely not invited to the reindeer games.
Well, I can't possibly imagine why.
And you add upon that you got a culture out here that politically is Grand Canyon Gulf apart from me. Mm-hmm. The way the culture out here looks at the world, I do not agree with them, and I believe they're completely in error.
And why is that, Michael?
The unappealing factor of how many women in this culture out here eat a lot of fried foods in the South, and they've got this big. I have no sexual desire for that at all.
I'm sure all the fat women in his audience are truly devastated to hear that.
I cannot get aroused by the sight of that. And so sometimes you may see me and I put on tops and I do things, and I have, I live alone. I've been curious. And sometimes I do things and people look at me and think, oh my gosh, WTF, what's wrong with this guy?
Why would people ever think that? I can't possibly imagine why.
I don't know. What is wrong with me? I'm a man.
There's nothing. You're perfect the way you are, Michael.
You can tell I've got muscle tone still at 59,
You also have wrinkle definition.
You can see some wrinkles starting to show.
Some? Just some?
Show up, but I'm in pretty good shape. I work a warehouse job where I have to use muscle all day long. And we got guys younger than me that work there. And they think they're all that on a stick, and they can't hold a candle to me and my energy and my speed and my productivity rate. And I'm blessed. I'm actually blessed. And, I want to talk about transgenders.
Hell yeah, that's what I clicked on the video for.
I have a belief that when you actually believe that you are going to change your sex drive from a man to a woman or a woman to
your sex drive? What the goal of transitioning is not to change your sex drive.
Man, I'm not being rude. I don't believe in harassing you. You're entitled to believe what you want. So.
Oh, well, thank goodness you're not here to harass me.
Oh my. I think there are mental issues or demonic manifestation.
Ah, yes, the 2 genders, mental issues and demonic manifestation.
And I have looked at this objectively. You look at a lot of crossdressers, you look at a lot of transgender. They're not good-looking men, and they're not good-looking wannabe females.
Gee golly me, who could that possibly remind me of? I don't know, I can't think of a single person who would fit that exact description. Yeah. If only I could think of someone.
Now, when I was in Hong Kong, I saw ladyboys, and they will fool you.
What he means by that is, he got turned on by them. Also, thank you, Mac and Cheese, for the 2 saying demons can be hot. This is true.
They will fool you. They take hormones, and they actually grow breasts with nipples, and you would not know.
As opposed to an American tranny like me, who takes hormones and grows breasts.
A lot of them do not have the pronounced Adam's apple. When I was
I have a little bit of an Adam's apple, but it's not that pronounced.
in Shangwan in Hong Kong, some of the lady
Yeah, with nipples. With nipples, of course. You know, as opposed to all of the American trans women that don't have nipples.
boys will shock you. I had a woman approach me from Thailand, said her name was Bam, and she had, an outfit like this on. And I was lusting. I was like, oh my. Then, after talking for a minute, I saw the Adam's apple. I said, are you a guy? I thought you knew. Well, no. And I was curious. I'm like, so how do you grow these? And he showed me real tits and nipples. And I was
Whoa, he had real nipples? He didn't just glue on nipples? Holy shit.
like, okay, how do you do that? And they take hormones. And there were ladyboys all over the place. They're all over Manila. They're all over Thailand. They're all over Bangkok. They're all over Shangwon, Hong Kong. And a
Wow.
lot of those guys go into that because they come from high poverty countries. They can't get a job, not because of a fault of their own. There's so many people scrambling to get work over there. You have to have, in some place in Philippines, they want you to have a college degree just to get hired at McDonald's to weed out all of the applicants.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like America.
So you have a lot of young guys going into the sex industry, and they doll their hair up and they wear nail polish, everything, and they've got all of the mannerisms of a girl. And many men from America go over there and they discover that and they like it. And
You mean you're talking about yourself? Let's be real. You have an Asian fetish and you have a ladyboy fetish. Let's not kid ourselves.
I'm going to tell you why. We're going to talk about some raw reality that a lot of people
Raw
don't hear.
reality.
I lived in Southeast Asia for over a year, and I'm going to tell you that a lot of Americans have no idea how detrimental our culture is to all of us. I love America. I'm flag waving, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, the right to keep and bear my arms.
Yeah, me too, brother. I too keep a gun on me at all times in case I need to mow through a crowd of people in order to defend myself out of self-defense.
And own guns. I believe in all that. But I want to talk about the deeper side of things. Okay?
Deeper side of things.
You
What
know,
would
I'm
that be?
59.
We can tell.
I have women, they flirt on me, on YouTube. Nobody's serious about anything. And
I'm very
glad as you get
serious.
older, you learn to talk to women. You have conversations
He's very, 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 very good at talking to women.
and
Just extremely charismatic.
thankfully I'm at an age now where in time you begin to realize that, you know what? She's pretty, but I don't think it would work. Pot smoker, cigarette smoker, loves the liquor, got 10 cats, 10 dogs, and she wants to talk
Where are you meeting all these women with 10 cats and 10 dogs?
to her dogs all day. That is too much for me.
That's too
Too
much for
much.
you.
It's just women really have a lot of baggage. More baggage than I want to deal with.
As opposed to you, a divorced 59-year-old man with a sissy fetish who constantly complains about his ex-wife. You know, women want to deal with that baggage, but you don't want to deal with their baggage, of course.
And they're not focused on their man today. They want their cake and eat it too. And what has happened over the years is I begin to realize relationships are extremely hard work.
Oh no, heaven forbid you have to put effort into a relationship. That's horrifying.
And yes, I use my glasses to itch right here because my eye's itching, and I just put lotion on my hand, so I don't want to rub it and have my eyes water. I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it as real as I can get. And we have a younger generation that's embracing the trans,
Uh-huh.
and many of them are extremely poor about their attempt to become feminine.
Right, as opposed to your immaculate attempt at femininity. The most beautiful looking specimen I've ever seen.
I went down to a club years ago, slender guy, had on a woman's top, not quite like this, but the spaghetti strap and hair all up in here.
So what you're telling me is you met Bo Blacks.
He asked if he could play a game of pool with me, and I entertained him. I said, sure. He was acting strange. There was no doubt about it. There were some psychological things going on, and I was very polite to him. We played pool. He kicked my butt. And he goes, thanks for playing, and shook my hand. I said, no problem. I saw him a couple more times. He seemed to have a lot of neurotic things going on.
Who does that remind me of?
And I accepted him. I just treated him like I would treat anybody else. And
I think you might have found your doppelganger.
the guy clearly was having mental issues. And I thought to myself,
Oh, he sounds a lot like
if you're
you.
going to be feminine, I never said this, you would get rid of all this.
Right. I'm sure he wishes he could be as beautiful and feminine as you, Michael.
And then he got the hair under here, and then he got a bra on. I'm like, so now we're going to combine masculinity with femininity, and
Uh-huh.
both are a complete train wreck.
Hold on. We got it. Let's replay that.
Combine masculinity, and then he got a bra on. I'm like, so now we're going to combine masculinity with femininity, and both are a complete train wreck.
Uh-huh. Right. Continue.
And for me, you know, I look at the cost of clothing. Now, I have to go to work, and I'm not going to wear this at work. This would not be okay.
What? You're telling me that your sissy fetish gear wouldn't be okay at work?
And being that I work with men and black and men and white men, they'd be going, WTF, if they saw that.
That's exactly what they would say.
But when I'm home, I like the way some women's tops feel. Now, people like to put me in this
When he says he likes how it feels, he means he likes how it makes his pee-pee feel.
basket. And they like to say, oh, trans, oh, woke. Oh, on the contrary, listen to my videos.
No, I immediately knew that you weren't trans. I just was like, yeah, this guy has like some weird fetish.
Listen to what I really believe. You'll know real quick I'm not trans. No,
Wow.
and I'm not woke.
Wow, you're an anti-woke crossdresser. How brave of you.
And yet, I am open-minded in a way that many Christians struggle with that. And many conservatives and even haters and liberals.
Even haters and liberals.
What the
of
F
course.
is he dressed like a chick for?
Saying that you're dressed like a chick is a little bit of a stretch. I don't think that women dress like you, but you know.
Let me just ask you this. Does it matter? Even if I dress normal, is that going to change the way you view me? No,
No, I'm still gonna think that you're a very strange specimen.
it isn't. We're not going to be friends. You're not going to give me a paycheck. You're not going to donate to my channel. You're not going to help me remodel my house. You're not going to help me pay my property tax. You're not going to do anything. And we got so many
Yes, because your perception of somebody is only able to change if you do all of those things, obviously.
people that get on the internet with their foul hatred, and it's like, why do you do that? If you don't agree with it, scroll on. And because I'm a channel owner, because I have a channel that is, it's not blowing up like some. Okay, I got 9,000 subs the other day. That's a big milestone to me. But I'm not going to get on other channels and say horrible things because, well, that puts you at risk.
At risk of what exactly?
And I believe in the right for people to be artists and create.
Wow.
And I like the feel of this. It's sexy. And I
Wow, very, very sexy, Michael. Thank you, Mac and Cheese, for the additional 2 saying interesting. He could follow his own advice. No, impossible. Why would he ever do that? That would be insane.
I watched videos on YouTube by men and women, professional women with a 3-piece suit, talking about, does it mean when a man wears woman's clothes that he's gay? No, it doesn't. And I'll be honest,
It means that he's AGP.
there's a struggle in one regard with me. You know, Mike, what if your pastor saw this? Well, as Ricky
Then he would rape you. Except not really, because, you know, you're past the age of 14, so he's not going to be interested anymore.
said to Lucy, I'd have some explaining to do. And I know everybody quoted me Deuteronomy 22:5, and I go, yep, it says that. When a man
Wouldn't that mean that there's less biblical justification for doing what you do than there is for me doing what I do? Because you're just openly a crossdresser. But the Bible never says that trans women are men. It doesn't say anything about trans people, like you said earlier in the video. So what I'm doing is actually more in line, technically speaking. I'm just saying.
And dressing like a woman, God don't approve. Yeah, it says that. So why do you do it? Why do Christians who were born and raised in the Christian church, women, why are they rude to people? Why do they look down their nose at people? Why do Christians speed in their car? Why do Christians ignore all of the sins they do and ignore all the scriptures regarding that? But because they don't dress the opposite sex of themselves, then they feel free to unload on me. So,
in all fairness, what you do is going to be generally perceived as quite strange and unsettling. Now, part of that is because, there are societal expectations that are kind of bullshit, but part of it is, you are kind of an unsightly beast. You're not the most attractive person, to say the very least. And it comes across as unsettling. The more of your body that you show, the more disgusted people will be.
Real weird paradox in this country. And what I decided to do that sets me apart from most people is if I want to try something that is not life-threatening or harming to others, I will do it. I will study it for myself. I will experience it for myself, and I will make my own conclusions. And I believe that, and it's funny, more women come on to me now since I started doing this.
Yeah, there's just so many women coming on to him
than before.
He's like a female magnet. He's such a female magnet that when he's walking down the beach without a shirt on, all of the women get sucked into his belly button. That's how much of a female magnet he is.
I've had women tell me and write me personally, I love that you're in touch with your feminine side. That is such a turn on to me.
I mean, he's got to have at least 500 women that come up to him and say something along the lines of, "Hello, Michael Nelson. You look very sexy in your sissy fetish gear tonight. I am very turned on right now, as I too have a male emasculation fetish. I am free tonight. Would you like to come to my house and inject a guacamole enema into my asshole?"
Because Hollywood has formed this image of men. The men with the stone face, the men who lights up a cigarette, the man who rides in the sunset on the horse. And that's not even realistic.
Yeah, where's the representation for ugly, wrinkly, sunburned men that wear dresses like you?
That's what we call Hollywood artistic license. And you have all kinds of layers to society, right? You've got all kinds of things.
You've got so many layers to society. The first layer is that you've got all kinds of things. Okay, continue, Michael.
And, I tell people all the time, wow, I need to clean some of the lint out of my jewelry thing here.
I'm glad to see he's a very cleanly individual.
And I like being me. And it's funny, I was saying on here that...
I mean, how could I blame you? I mean, how could anyone blame him? I think everyone wants to be Michael Nelson. I, too, aspire to be a divorced 59-year-old man who constantly complains about his ex-wife and displays his sissy fetish on YouTube live streams.
As a Christian, I struggle with the flesh like everybody else. And,
if you're a woman who dresses provocatively, he struggles to not rape you. He must control his masculine urges.
I wouldn't...
He's also not gay. Did he tell you how not gay he is? He's not gay. He does not like taking dick up the ass.
Want to be anybody else. Some of the people...
And why would they?
People who are the harshest critics of me, saying how... You're just hateful things. Commenting on my looks, grown men.
Well, they're obviously jealous. You must have a higher PSL score than them or something. Because there's no way that anyone would actually hate you for any other reason than jealousy. Yo, thank you, Tubian, for the 2 saying AGP. AGP, AGP, AGP. Yeah, it's true. Truth nuke.
And I'll go click on their ID. If they have a picture, which 99.9% of the haters and trolls don't.
Well, obviously they don't, because they could never compare to you. They know that you absolutely mog them due to your superior facial structure and your ability to combine masculine with feminine in order to create the most beautiful specimen of all time.
And it's easy to hide behind the letter S or T or a little circle with nothing and, judge and, throw your your hate snowballs with a rock wrap inside. And, I'm not able to look at you and who my critic is, but occasionally you have a picture. Excuse me, and forgive me for the allergies. I don't have a cold. But some of these guys that are judging me, they're not handsome.
Well, yeah, they could never be like you, Michael. That's the thing, is you mog them. You're obviously a true Adam, the highest tier of man.
There are lots of imperfections. And so what are they doing? Are they projecting?
Yes, they're obviously projecting their insecurities because they wish that they could be a wrinkly 59-year-old man with a sissy fetish who is also divorced.
Are they in turn having a secret struggle? I know people who do this. I remember when I was at Denver schools, there's a guy named Jack. And Jack could make people laugh. He was funny. We all said he looked like Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine.
But the plot twist is that he was just jester-maxing the whole time, and that he was secretly jealous of Michael Nelson.
And he got on my nerves. He turned out to be a jerk. And I'm just like, dude,
he was one of the jerk ops.
Don't talk to me. And they had a picture in the break room where I worked where events over the years, and he had on a green dress, high heels, shaved his legs and everything. And he would always talk.
But he obviously didn't look as sexy as you.
Talk to me. I hate fags. I hate fags. Do you know David Bowie was a fag?
Whoa, disavow. You can't just be saying that on YouTube. That's very hateful and not very nice. We disavow sentiments like that.
Did you know David Bowie was friends with Elton John? Did you know that? Did you know one night in Bangkok I was talking about him with Ladyboys? I said, I thought it was about playing chess. And he seemed to know all these things. I said, one day I said something.
He was secretly projecting the whole time. The whole time he secretly had a crush on Michael Nelson while simultaneously wishing that he could be him.
Really got to him. I said, you talk a lot about all these gay people. Are you sure you're not having a stroke? You better shut the F up. I said, I'm just asking, dude. Don't get all stupid on me.
So you're willing to say the word fag, but not the word fuck. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Because I noticed something. People who go on and on. I remember a pastor named David Hawking.
How many children did he rape?
He was a preacher out in California, and I used to listen to him. And he would always talk about sexual sin.
Well, yeah, no shit. That's what he's going to be thinking about. As a pastor, it's going to be par for the course to, do a lot of that.
Always. Then you found out he was going in back alleys with prostitutes. Colorado.
How old were the prostitutes?
Pastor in Colorado Springs started a meteoric rise church. All the pretty women, all the superficial people joined it. Oh, this guy's great. This guy's great. And he's going into private places, getting massages by other men and having happy endings. And this is the problem in society is we make a hero out of somebody. We erect them on a pedestal, and then when they disappoint us.
Well, I'm erect for you, Michael Nelson, and I would absolutely erect you on a pedestal.
We're like crushed. What does God say about idolatry? God says, I will share my glory with no other.
Except for Michael Nelson, okay? There's like a subtext that you need to, read between the lines in order to figure out that Michael Nelson is the exception, okay? You can worship him too.
And you're glorifying this guy. And when he actually sins, then you're shattered.
I know, I would be shattered if I saw Michael Nelson sinning. He would never.
Why do we do this? Einstein's definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, right? So We pedestalize. Christians do it, non-Christians. Oh, LeBron or, Cardi B, whatever. We put these
Or Adolf Hitler. You know? People like that.
people on a pedestal. And why do we do this? I hate to break it to everybody.
Because I want to have sex with you, Michael Nelson. I want to get you impreg.
Everybody sits on a toilet and it doesn't smell like lilacs when
I bet your diarrhea smells exactly like lilacs.
it comes out the other side. We're human. We're flawed. We're sinners.
But you're not flawed, Michael. How could you be flawed? I don't see a single flaw in you.
I'm a sinner. God's still working on me. And I would not tell anybody to be like me.
Why not? I think everyone wants to be like you. That must be why. Because you'd be telling them, be like me. Well, yeah, no shit. Everyone's already on their way to trying to do that.
I remember years ago I said I want to be the next Billy Graham. I don't feel that anymore. I just want to be the next Michael Nelson.
I also want to be the next Michael Nelson.
I want to be the unique guy. I want God to use me in
Well, that's kind of fucking gay. I can't lie.
spite of my faults.
I want to use you too. Don't get me wrong. But
And the beauty is he does. Because there are people out there that are scared to death to be as honest as me.
Yeah, true. It's terrifying. If only I could be as honest as you.
And this channel has become a touchstone to them. So let's go back to, let's pull up some things here.
If being as honest as you requires talking about your ex-wife constantly and your sissy fetish, then I'm all in. I better start doing that.
Again, I don't know this guy. I'm not here to hate. Okay? This Kentucky house husband. This
Hold on, Kentucky house husband, so he's a crossdresser, like you.
is a man. He has a couple shorts. And this is him.
Nanny McPhee, is that you? Holy shit. Chad, we found Nanny McPhee.
Couple big moles.
Nanny McPhee, is that you?
And, I look at that, I think this guy looks like a white rapper. He looks like he'd be a great Eminem follower.
You mean like MLM? That was not funny. I'm sorry. It was like mole because the that was I'm sorry. That was probably the worst joke I've ever created.
And
Yes, it's Nanny McAGP.
when he says hello, he says, "Hello, Kentucky." I call it hillbilly combined with trans.
But he calls himself house husband. So he's not trans. He identifies as a man.
Not a good combo. And we come back to this. We got the mustachio.
I mean, he's putting in more effort than you. I can't lie.
Like, dude, bruh, why? Now,
I mean, he looks more feminine than you, Michael.
I'm not here to attack. I don't know this dude. I'm not. Not there.
I'm sure he wishes he looked more like you, of course.
I think most people are lost.
He's envious of your beautiful forehead wrinkles. He's here. He too wishes that he could start Gordon Ramsay maxing.
I think most people need Jesus. I truly believe that.
What I need is evidence of Jesus being divine, or else I'm never gonna believe that shit.
I have been honest that even as me as a Christian, I'm not as close to God as I want to be.
True, I wish that I could be closer to Jesus. I wish he was so close to me that he was literally inside of me, tickling my G-spot.
When we talk about God, he is holy and perfect and without sin. And although a lot of Christians pretend that they never sin, we
But I never sinned. I ain't do nothing.
all know the awful truth. I work with them. I go to church with them. I go to church, right? Church is a friend. No, I don't dress like this. I don't.
Wait, hold on. You mean to tell me that you don't go to church wearing your sissy fetish gear? Holy shit.
Is it a friendly, warm place? Absolutely not. If anybody does talk to me, is it sincere? Maybe two people.
It's because they are not capable of being as honest as you, Michael.
They go to the congregation are actually genuine. Now, I would never have the kind of conversations that I have on YouTube with people in a church.
Wait, what? Why not? Why don't you talk about your sissy fetish there?
I go to church for 2 reasons. 1, because God commands it. 2, because I want to hear the word.
So basically, you go there because you think you're forced to.
That's it. I long ago gave up trying to find fellowship, a soul tie, a girlfriend, a friend.
Well, how have you not gotten a girlfriend by now? I don't understand. You know, considering the fact that you've talked about how there's all these women, you know, hundreds of women piling onto you who also have the same fetish as you and, you know, are very, very turned on by your clothing and seeing you wearing it. You know, surely you would have a girlfriend by now.
I have been to churches from out west to Midwest, and since the 1980s, things have really shifted. And there is, people, a direct link between between our sex drive and the friendliness or unfriendliness of people that we're exposed to.
So what you're telling me is that hold on, wait. Am I getting this right? What it sounds like he's saying is that the more friendly you are, the more rapeable you are. So make sure to be as friendly as possible if you want to get raped.
That it's like a dog. Those of you that are into dogs.
Yeah, yes. For those of you who are into bestiality and fuck your dog, of course.
Y'all know, you pet the dog. You're watching TV. Dog's sitting at your feet. Dog wants your attention. Gets your attention. Pet, 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 pet. You keep doing it. Pretty soon the dog's getting stimulated and he starts dry humping your leg and you're like,
you know, for any of the dog fuckers in the audience. Yeah, thank you.
Get off, dog. We live in a culture in America that is so about personal space, so about, you know, boundaries, and boundaries are good.
I mean, I think it's more than just boundaries for why, you know, I mean, I think that, you know, not allowing you to be within, you know, 50 meters of a school zone, I think that's a pretty reasonable boundary. But let's see why he complains about that.
But I'm going to give you an illustration and contrast two cultures. So when I lived in Hong Kong,
you were allowed within school zones. Well, that's not good.
Beautiful Chinese woman was seated next to me on the MTR.
Oh, okay. It's something else.
That's their version of the subway. And those things hurtle along. And they're packed, jammed. And unlike New York or Chicago, you don't got...
If only the thing that was jammed was my dick in your ass.
Homeboys acting up and slicing girls and doing all the stupid, crazy, atrocious things to do. One thing I loved about Southeast Asia, I felt very safe. People don't do that. This lady had fallen asleep.
Well, that's no fun. Feeling safe. I want to feel like I'm about to get raped every time I go out.
In her head, I felt her bump, and I looked. You know, my mind's...
I looked, and then I glared into her eyes and said, "It's rape time."
She's beautiful. And it hit me. That would never happen in America. Never. On public transportation, a beautiful white woman that doesn't know me would never allow herself to get
True. Only an ugly, fat black woman would do that.
Drowsy and fall asleep on my shoulder. If this wasn't some homeless, indigent, this was a dressed nice Chinese woman. And we rode for a while, and I didn't move her away. It felt good that somebody wasn't so...
Bro, imagine you're like so fucking tired. You can't help yourself from falling asleep on public transport. And you have no idea. And the person you accidentally fall asleep on is fucking this guy. It's Michael Nelson. He's turned on by it. How would you feel if you woke up and found out? I mean, obviously incredible. I mean, it's Michael Nelson. How could you not?
Phobic. That somebody obviously didn't look at me as a threat to their existence. And no, I didn't violate that. I didn't undress her with my eyes. But
guys, he totally didn't rape her. He didn't rape her, guys.
I felt something. It's like, wow, that would never happen in America.
It's true. In America, he would have raped her instantly.
Now, I remember when I was in the Philippines the first time and I was staying with the family of the gal I chased, and that was a fail. But the family was very welcoming, and all the cousins and relatives, young ladies, they had on shirts and tops like this. One thing about
They must have been doing their Michael Nelson cosplays.
Filipinos, they're very clean, very good hygiene. And
unlike you, of course.
they're standing in a central room outside the bedrooms, and they did not have one bit of hang up. I come out, hello, Michael, and they're shaving and putting on their perfume and all that right in front of me. None of this, oh my God, shut the door, you know. And
yeah, I wonder why anyone would react with, oh my God, shut the door after seeing
that was an education for me.
Wow.
And now,
this is so educational, guys.
Two guys hug each other. Everybody's going, oh, that's gay.
I mean, maybe you think of it that way.
You remember Seinfeld and the awkward hug? Now, I generally am not comfortable hugging men because of...
Yeah, I remember this show from, 70 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that because I too am, a 150-year-old fossil.
All the stigma and all the stuff associated with it. But watch this. I've been affected by the culture. Wow. I remember when I was in 6th grade, we had a graduation party at Supercade. It was a video arcade. And
dude, it's amazing Asian culture of women being too afraid to say no because they're trying too hard to be polite.
Mammoth Lakes. That was when Donkey Kong and all these video games came out. The stand-up, the tabletop ones. I probably spent $2,000 in 2 years in quarters in there. And I remember Sherry, one of my classmates, her arm, her lady skin just grazed across my t-shirt, exposed skin. And I remember feeling like a 1920s amusement park when they throw the switch and all the lights and all the rides go. It's like, whoa.
Over somebody grazing your arm. Jesus fuck.
I'm very sensual.
Dude, imagine how he feels after a handshake with a woman. It's just like, practice. He's about to fucking bust a nut.
I'm very sexual. I haven't had sex in 7 years.
No, really? I never would have guessed.
I haven't dated in 7 years. And when people are nice, it affects our libido. When you're used to mean and hatred and cold, there's a direct connection. When people are nice, it can arouse your senses.
Wow.
And I think most Americans...
Yeah, make sure to be nice to Michael Nelson over here so that, you can have the honor of arousing his senses.
Claim to be so all-knowing and smart, degrees in psychology. They don't understand these things. But I've had 59 years. I've lived overseas. I drove school buses for 20 years. And you got the smart Alex get on there. Keep this guy away from kids.
Yeah, why would anyone ever think that? I have no idea. What could possibly cause people to think that? I don't know. It's a mystery.
I don't work with kids anymore. But in the years that I drove, never an accusation, never inappropriate behavior. So clowns can be...
Guys, he definitely did not rape the children on the bus. All right? The 50 children that accused him of rape did not do that, okay?
Clowns.
Now, for all intents and purposes, that was a fucking joke, by the way. He was not accused by 50 people of that. Okay, that was a shitpost for legal reasons.
And that's all there is to it. The trans thing to me is a mental illness or a mental disorder.
As opposed to you, the most mentally stable individual of all time.
Or its demonic manifestation.
Of course. Dude, the demons may be trans.
And there are people saying...
The demons are manifesting inside of me, inside of my gaping asshole.
Hey, wow, this is coming from a guy who's wearing women's clothing.
No, but when Michael does it, it's because it's sexy. You don't understand, okay? You uncultured swine.
Because what I try to communicate to people is Shakespeare, to thine own self be true. And I'm going to say something. I've laughed over the years. I used to go to the club. I don't anymore because the music that they're playing isn't the kind of music I grew up on, and the music today sucks. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear mother effing Nigga, Nigger. It's just,
Well, they never say the hard R.
it's toilet. It's total toilet. That's not music. That's not talent. It's a circling of a drain. And you can't get them to see that.
Hey, what music do you like then?
You know, when it's like telling two feral raccoons that are, in their nest area and they're
Whoa, hold on. You're comparing music that's popular in black culture to two raccoons. That's a very, very interesting comparison, Michael. That's a very interesting comparison. Out of all the animals you could choose for comparison, you chose raccoons. The only animal choice that would have been better is if you had chose monkeys or apes or chimpanzees. That's the only thing you could have done to make it better.
sitting in feces and pee that, hey, dudes, that's gross.
Dude, I love sitting in piss and shit. It's my favorite. I'm actually diaper maxing right now.
Clean up your crib, and they're like, ain't nothing wrong with my crib. People get so used to their environment, and you come in and criticize it, and they're looking at you like you're a freak.
But why would you criticize my booger wall? I worked so hard on it.
I didn't grow up that way. I grew up with a lot of abuse, but I didn't live in filth. And it is a confidence builder when you try something and you just analyze it and you study it. I study everything I do. I watch people. I'll sit at Waffle House. I haven't been there in a while. And I'll just sit there and I'll watch patrons. And I'll watch the servers. And you learn a lot by just studying people.
Dude, imagine you're one of the people that Michael Nelson is studying. He's just fucking watching you. Just like imagine he's like following you around.
Sometimes it's entertaining.
Wow. Yeah, just like you, Michael.
I'm a very,
India? Dude, G-Land is crazy. Okay.
I'm a very touchy
Wrong, that's poop. Okay, okay, chat. Jesus fuck.
feely guy. I when I'm with a woman, I love being affectionate to her.
I'm sure she really appreciates that. Great stuff, Michael. Great stuff.
Not clingy, but I like to smell her hair. I like to kiss and touch her face.
I'm sure she loves to smell the poop stains in your underwear. It's very reciprocal.
I love to be very sweet on her. And our society is harsh.
Sorry. Okay.
I think most women have a batitude, and they're proud of that.
I am proud of my batitude.
It's very off-putting. They don't realize it.
As opposed to you, Michael, the least off-putting human in all of existence. You're not off-putting at all, actually.
They don't realize it because they're surrounded by people that have that same mentality. And I commented on a channel that's blowing up, this married couple that sits there and goes, ooh, woo. And he's saying
Dude, that's awesome.
she cheated on him and he's divorcing her. And she's saying she left because he's violent and chokes her and not sure what the truth is.
I would let you be violent and choke me, Michael.
And they had a meteoric rise. 2 million views a month, 700,000 subs, and million, they were getting
2 million views a month for that sub count is not good. That's 700,000 YouTube Shorts subscribers, basically. It's basically the kind of ratio that I fucking have. My channel is dead. Their channel is also dead.
2,000 a month and not sure how much from ads. And I'm just like, people pay for that. I don't charge for memberships. Some kind soul donated $25 to my Cash App the other day, but nobody's regularly giving me money. Michael has to go to work. There's no way around it.
I love when Michael talks in the third person. It makes Femyoz very horny.
Yeah. And I've got to the point, yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, I'm a conservative. I don't care if guys are attracted. I don't care because I've learned something through the dark places that I've also walked. That when you're not loved and you're not valued, it's the same thing as the gangster psychology.
Yeah, true. It's the gangster psychology of the rap music and sagging pants, of course.
Gangsters will take a kid who's been rejected and, you know, hated at home, and they'll make him feel welcome. And one thing that our
That sounds like the script for a Darman video.
society has failed to realize, including many Christians, Jesus said it.
Like, I'm gonna be real. I feel like that could be a Darman video. You know, there's a kid that keeps getting rejected and shunned by society and made fun of and bullied at school by the evil Darman bullies. But then he joins a gang and then he runs the entire crime scene and becomes the most rich gangster in the history of mankind. And then he becomes a billionaire CEO. And then the bullies realize that they made a huge mistake and regretted it for the rest of their lives.
They will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. Now, what people define as love in today's church is toxic, ridiculous. People are self-righteous. People think they don't sin. People look down on anybody who's not just like them. When I had my hair long, oh my gosh, these Southerners down here have some views that are just left of center. They actually believe that long hair is a sin. That was me just a few months ago.
Dude, this is what he looked like when I first discovered him, man. This takes me back.
And our society trains people that are afraid to be themselves.
You should train me, Michael Nelson.
Society trains us. Mike, I like your hair better this way than that way. Okay, they didn't approve of the long hair.
I want you to get a reverse mohawk. That's what I approve of.
Mike, you should grow your hair out. Mike,
You should get the iDubbbz haircut.
you should get your hair cut. Mike, you should grow your hair out. Mike, you should get your hair cut. Hold on. Let's have fun.
He looks like my favorite cuck iDubbbz. That's wonderful. You can hear the BDSM chains clanking around in the background. Wonderful stuff is happening.
The one I get a lot is this. And I'm gonna say it the way it's been asked in public. You know who
Meaning he wears this stuff in public, not just on YouTube, but like outside in the real world.
I'm talking about when I say this? Yo, why you got that chain around your neck?
Meaning he wears this in public. This is what he looks like, you know, at Walmart or wherever the fuck he goes.
I want to say, is that any of your business?
Yes, it is my business. Now tell me.
Does that have anything to do with you?
Yes, it has everything to do with me.
Is that stay in your lane?
You are in my lane.
And I just respond, I like it.
No, you don't. Pick something else, retard. You obviously hate it.
And they stare. No, that
They're obviously staring at nothing but your sheer beauty.
ain't real. Really? It ain't plastic.
I don't know. Looks plastic to me.
What? How heavy is that? I said it's 3 pounds. Can I touch it?
3 pounds? How did you manage to lift it all?
Whoa, dog, it's real. He's wearing real.
Wow. He's wearing real cheap metal instead of plastic. Holy shit, bro. That's crazy.
People are fascinated with such simple things sometimes. Why do I do it? To smash stereotypes.
I want to smash you.
Why do I do this? Because I want to. Do you know how sexy this feels against my skin? I don't have a girlfriend to love on me.
He has himself, though, and that's all he'll ever need is him and his own autogynephilic attraction.
I envy women. I think women can dress really cool. And they got more colors than we do. Sexy wear. Look at what they do for men. Hurley. I mean, Hurley is ugly clothing. Nike. You talk about smelly clothing. Nike is not even cotton.
It's not the clothing that smells bad, Michael. It's you.
Checkmark pants, checkmark undies, checkmark shirt, checkmark hat, checkmark shoes. And you got people walking around looking like a paid advertisement for just do it. I look at that and I go, my gosh, that's so sad. You're not an individual anymore. You've been corporate marketed. You got a target on your back.
As opposed to you who also buys clothes from corporations.
And my channel is growing because people can come on here and see raw, real, genuine, man, I don't agree with everything, but this guy, he's real.
Yeah, that's exactly what people are watching for.
And people are looking for a connection with genuine authenticity, which you and I all know that America.
Yeah, the only authentic YouTuber, Michael Nelson.
You go into a business.
Michael looks like a paid advertisement for condoms. Yeah, true.
You go into a church. You go into a workplace. And you know what I'm talking about. Those men and women that you cannot stand. And they'll go, good morning, Mr. Nelson. How are you today?
How dare they? Disgusting.
I'm fine. How are you? I'm doing well. Of course you are. You make $150,000 a year. You look down your nose at everybody and you're playing this little stupid little game. Congratulations. There is an anti thing going on in our country today.
So a thing, because the two antis cancel each other out, so it's a double negative.
You are not encouraged to be yourself by the masses. You're not encouraged to be yourself by the church, by your employer, by HR.
But lo and behold, we have Michael Nelson who will encourage you to be yourself. How inspiring. You know, we have So basically what I'm gathering from this is society doesn't want me to be myself, but thankfully I get the encouragement of Darman and Michael Nelson. Let's fucking go, dude.
You gotta watch everything you say. Don't laugh at this. Don't say this, because it might...
Yes, don't laugh at this. Don't laugh at Michael Nelson, guys. Do not laugh at any... Don't laugh at any cost, okay? Bad idea. Don't do it.
Might offend somebody. Well, but wait, ma'am, what if it offends me? Well, we don't care. We don't care about what offends you. HR and management have become the holy see. You want a job? You got to deny everything you are.
Wow, it's almost like capitalism is bad, but you're never going to address the actual issue, which is that corporations have too much power, considering the fact that we're not able to, I don't know, elect managers and CEOs.
While other people can come in and they're not required to do that. They can make offensive racial statements against what?
Oh no, they called you a cracker. The world's gonna fucking explode.
So I tried an experiment. Yesterday was raining, so I didn't go to the flea market. But I will go out. I'll wear this. Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
get stares, but I will tell you this.
You get stares? Why is that?
Even this culture, which has a lot of low class or no class, huge amount of crime, and nobody to date has come up to my face and say, why are you wearing that? People feel brave on the internet. Out in society, they don't. Not as
they judge you quietly instead. That's so much better.
much. And I've done experimenting with this. One day I'm going to get the balls up just to go out in this. And there's women at the flea market that love.
Dude, imagine going outside and the first person you see is Michael Nelson.
My style.
Yeah, women love his style, okay? You don't understand. He's doing it for the bitches. They love it.
One of them, a Native American, she sells jewelry. And she is successful.
Yeah, of course she's gonna pretend to like it if she's trying to sell you something. What are we talking about?
She is very nice. She is very cool.
Yeah, because she's selling stuff. Of course she's gonna be nice.
Cool. And she is very fun. I bought this from her. I came one day.
Well, yeah, obviously she's gonna be nice, because if she's a fucking asshole to you, you're obviously not gonna buy anything.
And she said, you like that, Michael? I said, yeah, it's got a little heart. She said, take it. I said, no, I pay you. No, Michael. I like your style. You take it. And I buy things from her. She gave me
But she knows that it's easy to make you a repeat customer. Because it's not going to take that much.
Black one, and I bought the white one. These are heavy. I don't know what this is, but they're not real pearls by any stretch. And I do this. And oh yeah, you got grown black men.
Yeah, just put more shit around your neck. You'll maybe have some semblance of style eventually if you just, wear more necklaces.
Men that are vendors out there, they'll scowl at me. They'll look at me with the size me up look. And inside I'm chuckling. I'm really a threat to you, huh?
Yeah, he's secretly laughing on the inside.
I'm not a threat to you. I'm just walking through here and you're glaring.
Why would anyone glare?
Then you got others. I tried an experiment when I had a school teacher living at the house here. We went downtown to the club to shoot pool and do a little dance. Didn't make any love, but we got down tonight. And what was...
Imagine shooting pool when you could shoot children inside of my stomach. Imagine shooting pool when you could shoot babies into my womb. I actually don't have a womb, but the joke wouldn't make sense without it.
Wild is...
I tried making the joke without it, but it just, it wasn't working.
I wore an actual black dress.
Why are you watching this, Femi? Because I am a huge fan of the Michael Nelson YouTube channel.
And my hair was long, behind me.
I want him to come to my house and give me a giant guacamole enema, okay? That's my goal in life.
I couldn't believe how many men held doors open for us. How many men said, "Good evening, ladies, you both look nice." I thought...
Yeah, I'm sure that they were referring to you. Yeah.
I better not open my mouth or they're going to be embarrassed. Because my
Oh, right, yeah. You totally looked like a woman.
voice is not feminine.
Right, but your face and body, yeah, those are very, very feminine.
And we get into the building and my friend Tina would look at me, she goes, "Oh my gosh, they thought you were a lady." I said, "I think it's funny."
Well, if anything, they might have assumed that you were a trans woman that's transitioning late in life and didn't want to offend you. They don't think that you're biologically female by any stretch of the imagination. So there's that.
I said, but watch this. If I'm a man and I wore a regular man, you think they'll hold the door open for me?
Yeah, there's a good chance they might. Yeah.
Women came up. We were shooting pool. Lesbian women, straight women. "Oh my gosh, I love your outfit. You are so cool." I said, "You're not offended?" "No."
Yeah, there's so many people that think he's just so cool.
"Oh, I think it's awesome. You look great in women's clothing."
Yeah, you look great, Michael.
It's too bad men can't. But we had a lot of drag people come in there. We had a lot of cross-dressers that were the hair. And I'm
I mean, maybe it's one of those groups of people that will say you look great, no matter how much of a hideous monster you are.
like, isn't that funny? I'm not a trans, and I could pull it off more than any of the trans.
Yeah, you pull it off really well, Michael.
I shave my arms.
Whoa, you do the fucking bare minimum? Holy shit.
I shave my legs sometimes. Then I
Sometimes.
put on the lotion. Oh, I hear this all the time. It puts the lotion in the basket.
Whoa, you do basic skincare stuff sometimes? Holy shit.
Puts the lotion on the skin of my channel. I guess they all say I sound like that narration of Buffalo Bill or whatever. But let me say something to
I mean, you kind of are Buffalo Bill's doppelganger, are you not?
my viewers. We all like to put everything in a nice, neat little box, don't we? Everything. That's our culture. We got to put it and fit it in a box.
I'm gonna put my penis in a nice little box. That's right.
This was sent to me by a very
I'm gonna sell it on eBay.
beautiful blonde lady. Her name is Bridge. She lives in Rhode Island. She does IT. She does very well.
Wait. Is she blonde or is she Indian? I'm sorry. That was not funny. I'm sorry.
She's not afraid. She does not always put a filter on it, but she would stand up verbally to anybody that decided to tangle with her. She discovered my channel. She's never flirted with me. She's always said, "I love you being you." She's even said, "My gosh, I'd have you come over and I'll give you some of my wardrobe that I need to change out."
Yeah, have my old fucking shitty clothes. I don't want any more. I'll give them to you since you'll wear fucking anything.
And I get a lot of hate for this.
We are Mikey Kirk. We carry the AGP.
And I watched Kentucky House Husband, the mustachio, globs of makeup. And I thought, now that's kind of sad. He's not pulling off the woman at all. Got the eyelashes, the eyeliner, the wig. And I thought, wow.
Wow, if only he looked like Michael Nelson, he would pass flawlessly.
And people were asking questions. I saw that, excuse me, a lot of I need to get some water. A lot of people were dogging him out.
Only 22 viewers today. I don't think YouTube likes this stream. I made too many rape jokes. YouTube doesn't like this stream. We're gonna have to restart stream. Yeah, because YouTube does not like this. YouTube does not like this. Yeah, we're gonna have to restart, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like YouTube did not take a liking to some of the jokes I've been making. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to restart stream, unfortunately. Yeah, there's no bringing this back. Anyways, dude, maybe I am shadow banned. Maybe it was because I said the word carnivore diet. Maybe Blaze V was onto something. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff we could look at. Yeah, there's some good stuff. I have some stuff in the playlist. Damn, RIP. Maybe it's too early. Yeah, that definitely doesn't help. I'm streaming at a really weird time. I'm streaming at a very, very weird time. I think it's also because I was recording sort of a video, and there's like a lot of stuff that I intend to cut out where I didn't really have any good jokes for it. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like let him keep yapping until I come up with a joke to say in response. And I think that him yapping a lot also contributed, because it's like in a video I can cut that out. And because it was basically me recording a video live while also trying to not do a bunch of retakes. Yeah, there was 140 people earlier when I was actually like, yapping a lot. I think that people get scared away when I'm not yapping. I think people want to hear me yap. I think that's what it boils down to. Anyways, time to restart stream. This one's dead. Yeah, anyways. But before I go, it's gonna lag for 1 second. That doesn't mean that the stream is over. I just need to prepare the next stream. So it'll lag for 5 seconds. Then I'll be back. And then I will set up the next stream while on this stream. It's just gonna lag for 1 sec. And we are back, everybody. That's right. That's right. I know. Crazy. You never would have seen it coming. So let me just add that. And then obviously I gotta go over here. Okay, yeah, we have... Dude, we're like, if a stream gets to below 20 concurrent viewers, that means like the shit like got killed in the algorithm. So I probably said some, I made too many edgy jokes. Oh no, still a green dollar sign. I don't know what happened. That's really strange. Because if I were to do a horizontal stream, I would get like 30 viewers, I think. At least last time I did one of those. I don't know, maybe I have no real viewers left. Who knows? Let's see. And then I gotta add it to the playlist. And then I'm gonna... move that. No altered content. Tags. Femyoz, chill, trans girl stream. So we're gonna do more of a just chatting type thing for a bit. And then we're gonna save that. Okay. How's my newest video doing? I think it's the worst performing video out of my last 10. Yup. Yeah, YouTube fucking hates me. Yeah, YouTube absolutely hates me. What is this shit? No, my channel, we're actually in a second dead channel maxing arc. Yeah, it's like not even close. Like it should have like when my channel was doing well from short streams, my shit was getting like 500 views within a day. And like, you know, I thought that was a separate algorithm, but maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, so we kind of are a little bit fucked. We're a little bit fucked. Yeah, it's been a minute. I haven't uploaded in a long time. Maybe uploading made shit worse. I don't know. That's like weird as fuck. I don't understand how the algorithm works anymore. I'd bring my friends, but I don't think you guys get along with them. You'd be surprised. Like, unless they, like, hate trans people or something. I think they'd be fine. We have quite a few types of people that watch all of my shit. You know? You know what? For this stream, I'll be like, have you liked the stream yet? Question mark. Yes. Also, yes. Those will be the 2 options. Anyways. And then we're gonna duplicate that. Okay. Then I have to go over here. This playlist. Click that. And then add the thumbnail. It's not because you're trans. Feel free to invite them and just see what happens. I don't know. I'm about to start a new stream. So, yeah. With that being said, anyways, we are gonna end this stream. If it doesn't redirect you to the next one, then just, I guess, click on my channel and refresh until it's live. Anyways, love y'all.